Hello there. Despite some drier and sunnier weather on Boxing Day, the last few days have been pretty unsettled, stormy. On Wednesday with Storm Gerrit, bringing damaging gusts of winds, peaking close to 90 mile an hour in places, heavy rain, even some snow to high ground in Scotland. And there is more unsettled weather to come as we approach the weekend. So if you're off to see friends and family to bring in the new year, it's worth bearing in mind there could be some heavy rain, further snow to the north, and damaging gusts of winds as well. More on that in just a moment. Storm Gerrit now off into Scandinavia, but we're still under the influence of low pressure. It will still be rather blustery on Friday with a case of sunny spells and scattered showers. Now the wind direction are northerly. Some of the showers in Scotland could have a wintry mix of rain, sleet and snow. Few showers into Northern Ireland, across northern England, and a westerly wind will feed in a rash of showers across Wales and central England. Gusts of winds 35 to 45 miles an hour quite widely across the country. Not as strong as they have been, but nevertheless still noticeable and can just take the edge off the feel of the weather. Now, as we move into the start of the weekend, here's this next area of low pressure, which is going to bring some further wet weather and damaging gusts of winds, gales on exposed coast quite likely. And as that front bumps into that colder air that's sitting in place across the far north of England and Scotland, we could see even at lower levels a spell of snow for a time. But whether you've got snow or rain, pretty miserable travel conditions, I'm afraid. Keep abreast of the weather forecast. Keep tuned in to your BBC local radio stations for traffic and travel updates. Now, as we move into Sunday, the main front will start to sweep its way east, but the low is still centred to the northwest, and circulating around that low is a rash of showers, particularly along Channel Coast, where here it'll stay quite blustery on New Year's Eve. Hopefully an improving picture for Scotland, so celebrating Hogmanay should be a little bit quieter, with lighter winds here, but pretty strong gusts of winds along exposed south and west facing coasts still. In terms of the feel of things on New Year's Eve, we're looking at around 5 or 6 degrees in the north, maybe around 8 to 10 degrees. So those temperatures are starting to come down. And as we head out of New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, no significant change to the weather story, still under the influence of low pressure. It's going to be a case of sunny spells and scattered showers, but the showers will be few and far between in comparison to of late. We'll just need to keep an eye on what's happening down across Channel Coast to see how far north that rain is going to sit. Single figures for all on New Year's Day, 5 to 9 degrees. Now that slightly cooler theme is going to translate further ahead for our first week of January. The jet stream is going to be sitting to the south of the UK on the whole, and so that means that we're on the cooler side of the jet. Still from time to time under influence of low pressure, so nothing particularly settled, but you notice that we see the yellow tones squeezing back to the near continent and the blue takes over as the wind direction swings round to more of an easterly, and so that means that temperatures will be either on or just below the average for the time of year, but we're still likely to see some showers from time to time. If we get some clearer spells overnight, we could have some issues with some frost and some ice as well. That's it. Whatever you're doing, have a lovely new year.